What's up, YouTube? Pastor Bob. I'm going to get you guys up here. Answer this message. All right. What's up, Nick? Yeah, I know. I got your message. I just answered it. Bye. You just want me to keep unlocking my phone or what? That's funny. All right. So, what's going on, everybody? Pastor Bob, doing my Sunday thing. Try to do it at least every other Sunday or something if I can. I'll start having more auctions in wintertime, so that'll be coming up. I got a few things going on. So, some different questions were brought up to me this week. Different things. And I'd like to address some of those things. And in no particular pattern am I going to do that, but I guess I'll get started. Firstly, some people worried, and they called me up and texted me and asked me about, and it's quite funny how my people, my friends and family and people from friends from the channels, and everybody kind of freaks out on certain things, right? So, what I tell everybody is, hey, like my shirt? I like Carol. He's funny. I bought a shirt from him. He's a good dude. Anyway, everybody's getting freaked out about the U.S. government defaulting, thinking that they're not going to get the Social Security check and they're not going to get their VA check, and the soldiers ain't going to get paid. They're going to be the first time in since the 1960s since the United States defaulted. All kinds of crap. Okay? Well, let me set the record straight on a few things. Firstly, a lot of government officials have investments in ABC, NBC. Hi, Shannon. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News, and all that, right? So, because they have investments, I'm just starting out, Sheena, so bear with us. So, because they have investments and news makes people money, and people in government love drama, bunch of drama queens, a bunch of whiners and criers. If it was back in the old days and they did that, they'd probably find themselves hanging from a noose or shot between the eyes. or have an unexpected accident. See, they hide behind their walls with their security and think there's nobody behind those walls that can infiltrate them and that they're perfectly safe. Well, you're not. And they know that. And they can only stir the pot so long before it catches them on fire. You know, if you want to play with the soup, you got to be careful because people get mad. And when you make the military mad, and you make the veterans mad, and you make the people on Social Security mad because you don't want to vote for a bill, all those Republicans, 100 Republicans, well, let me explain something to you. You probably won't win the next election, and I don't give a rat's butt if you got Donald Trump or not, because people are going to remember it. And I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent voter. I pick for whoever I think will do the best. That's how I vote. And I decide after I see all of the facts. And quite frankly, we haven't had a really good run of great presidents. I'm just saying. So with that being said, people ask me if I'm worried about the government defaulting. No, I'm not. Look, Republicans are always known to be windbags. They're all the rich people. They like things their own way. They like small government because they don't like to give out any of their own money. Plain and simple. You can look throughout history and figure that out. You know? That's just the way it is. It ain't just me telling you. History tells you. You got to pay attention, you know? They're capitalists. They only care about making money. They don't care about you. Government doesn't care about you. They don't love you. The only thing that they love is how they can manipulate things to make money. And sometimes you got to give back. See, the thing that happens is when you become rich, right, you got to give back. Why? Because they'll probably take you out. This is what happened in Roman wars, and this is what happened throughout China. When the people were hurting too much, or they were idiots, or they wasn't treating the people right, they took them out. Plain and simple. So you can't make the masses too upset. You can stir the pot a little bit just to get the blood flowing, but you don't want to stir the pot too much. See, the days of past and how they did things, like some of the Republicans like to play, them days are gone. Okay? We're in a new era. Get on the bus. All right? Stop being stupid. Okay? Because you're not smarter than the rest of the people out here. In a hundredth of a second, somebody could type something and find out more about you than you even know about yourself. The way you live, what you do, what you eat, where you go, how many phone calls you make, how many text messages you make, when you go to the doctors, when you got done with the doctors, how many people in your family, what's their ages, when were they born. They can find out all that information on you. So that you don't walk in secrecy no more. You may think you do, and you may think that you can trust people, but you can't. I'm sorry, I'm telling the truth. Okay, it's just the way it is. People can manipulate things, they can say things that are not true about you. They can make you prosper and become somebody great, or they can make you disappear. These are facts. These are not fallacies, these are facts, okay? They're facts. Well, along with the facts, here's what happens. You don't want your government to default. So they're just going to play a game and see if they can get something because they're windbags. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it sure doesn't look good for the Republicans that they added 3 times to the national debt and they increased the national debt, right? to extend it 3 times, and the Democrats agreed to do it and help you to pass it. Okay? And now you want to turn and run on them because you're a bunch of wine bags? That's not right. It doesn't make you look good. It makes you kind of look like you're unfit for the job just because you don't get your own way. That's not right for either parties, any of the parties, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. It isn't right. I say if you're not going to do your job right and you're not going to do righteous things and do good things for our nation to help us in the right ways, then you need to either be fired or you need to step down and go work for McDonald's. Because if you ain't got enough intellect to run this country the proper way, there's somebody else that would be happy to do the job. That's what I say. I'm not a politician. I'm a preacher. But one thing that I do not like is when they go overboard and they overstep their boundaries. And people say, oh, well, you don't know how it's done. Yes, I do. Just because I'm not a politician doesn't mean I don't understand politics. I mean, there is a big difference. Doesn't mean I turn a blind eye to knowing everything there is to know about politics. But I don't like it when they upset people like this. This is just babyish. This is like teenagers fighting on a school ground because somebody got mad because they were kidding around and stole their lunch bag and took an apple out of it and was playing with the apple and accidentally dropped it down on the ground. And then they gave it back to them, but they still put a bruise in the apple. And then they won, and now they want to fight. It's stupid. They're supposed to be our leaders and grown-up adults, but they sure don't act it. And they should be embarrassed for themselves. What really gets me is a lot of those guys have never done really anything for our country. Just because you sit up there and you make laws and pass laws and rules and regulations don't mean you've done a damn thing for this nation. What have you really given? You've been paid. What have you given? Have you went above and beyond your call of duty to do anything? Not impressed me any. These nurses and these doctors and the firefighters and your police officers, your federal officers, these people are risking their life. They're trying, U.S. military people, your veterans, these people risk it every day. Every day, they risk life and limb, time, families, relationships, and their life passes them by for what? Because they care about people. They really do. Now, granted, there's probably a portion of them that only do it, or maybe at the beginning of their career, did it because they were searching money. That's where the money grab was. They said, okay, I get in the medical field because they're always going to need, medical technicians. They're always going to need nurses, doctors, whatever. Right? So they get into it because they know it's solid. I'll read that in a second, Nick. So my thing is those are the people that really risk it every day. And what I've seen lately in the past few years, is a lot of people bashing those people, treating them like crap, when you ought to honor them a little more. I don't say anything about ministry because the ministry is the ministry. There's good ministers, there's in between ministers, and there's absolutely terrible ministers. Just because they say all the right things doesn't mean they're a good minister. Just because they don't swear doesn't mean they're a good minister. Just because they know every word and line to the Bible doesn't make them a good minister. Right? Just like a police officer. Just because a police officer passes all of his tests and becomes a police officer doesn't mean he's going to be a good cop. What is a good cop? Following all the rules that the police lay out, or using some common sense in different situations? Right? Doing the ethically right thing, the morally right thing for each and every circumstance. A nurse. Instead of a nurse giving a person a high dosage of something, maybe she should say, hey, doc, I think that's a little too much of a dose for this patient based upon their weight, their age, their height, and these other characteristics about this individual that are compromised. So I think as, you know, citizens, we need to stand up for our rights. So we're going to lose more and more of them, you know, and don't think along a certain party lines. Be yourself. Be an independent. Be an independent thinker. When something's wrong, say it's wrong. Look, they're going to do what they're going to do unless you say something. People say, "Oh, but what is one person? What can one person do?" Tell another person, and then that person tells another person, and before you know it, it multiplies. It spreads like a virus does, right? And we get it done. So you got to think about those things. Don't get all upset. All iron itself out. What this is just a foul play because the Republicans don't like the Democrats and the Democrats really don't like the Republicans. But behind closed doors, they're laughing about it, having some beer, drinking wine, smoking a big fat joint, having a party, and you don't even know they're doing it. Out there golfing, whatever, having parties at their houses, and they're all friends. Now, granted, there are some that don't get along at all, and they really don't. But if you want to tell me that Mitch McConnell is totally against the Democratic Party, let me tell you what, one of his best friends in the world is Joe Biden. And you better know it. And they've been friends for over 40 years. So you better know that there's a different game being played here. I'm just saying. When I was in the military, before we'd go into any kind of combat situation, we had to know our enemy. We had to know what they wear, how they eat, how they sleep, how they walk, how they run, what type of military equipment they wear, what type of weapons they use, what were the ammunition of the weapons that they use, what type of demolition, what's their sector of fire where we're going. I mean, there's a lot of things that you got to know. And it's the same thing about Democrats, Republicans, and independents or whatever. They know each other, they're just fighting. And the only thing that we really get here in the public is all the crap. Because why? Because it brings in money for the networks. And then some of their constituents might be the networks and they get a little money. So don't get all upset about it. They're going to do what they're going to do. Let them cry like a bunch of babies. And let's just move on. I just think it's stupid. The older I get, you'd think that they'd be wiser. I think they get stupider. And then this fallacy saying, this is very false, by the way. I heard somebody talking one day, said, oh, well, I just want to let you all know that if you're a Christian, then you need to be voting Republican because Democrats don't believe in God. And that is so far from the truth. That is not it. There is people who believe in God on both sides. There's people who don't believe in God on both sides. There's people who believe in whatever they believe in on both sides, or all sides. So I don't believe that junk either, because that's just a blatant lie. Because I have friends who are Democrats and I have friends who are Republicans. Okay, we generally don't get into it because they know where I stand. I got good points for both of them, and I got bad points for both of them. Just like Catholics and Baptists. Okay? I have friends that are priests. We don't have any problems with each other. Because you know what? We don't cross lines with each other. We know how far to take something. And somebody who studies, who's a theologian and studies religions, you know, you'd be surprised how much we really know. And we don't tell people because it would be hard for them to understand. And it would confuse them. So, we give them enough just to, it's like a sediment, right? So when you get all wound up, if you take something, well, I don't know. Everybody takes something different these days. Who knows? Back in the old days, they used to take Valium to chill you out, but whatever it may be, maybe a beer, a cup of tea, who knows? Whatever you take to cool yourself down, it's the same idea. Right? So, don't get yourself worked up. And what does that say? I don't. Nice religion should be what in the politics and system mean we don't do our job. That's why in America there's a separation between church and state, meaning that they don't get into our affairs and we don't get into their affairs. And I don't think that should have anything to do with it. Right? So, you know, what people do in politics, they should do their job, whatever that specific job is that they're assigned to do and assigned to vote on. Do it honestly, correctly. Uh, don't keep the best of your party line's interests. Do what's best for the American people as a whole. You're never going to please everybody. You might as well forget that. You know that just by having a family, for crying out loud, right? Think about our families, right? What's up? What's up, Ryan? You know that just by having your family, right? Think about it. Our families can't even get along, right? So, you know, if you think it's bad just in your family, you can imagine on a mass scale. They're going to have their ins and outs, and they're going to look. Am I mad at either party? No. Look, they want to act like little babies and do their little baby thing. Whatever. I don't care. But you better make sure that you raise the debt ceiling. It's not good for everything that's going on in the world today that you do that. But who knows? You take the money away from some old people, and you take it away from military people. And you take it away from veterans. See if they're going to be happy with the Republicans. You won't see office for another 10 years because it'll take you that long to dig yourself out of that hole. So those 100 people who signed that little letter, stupidity. They need to use some thinking. Wrong strategy. You need to try something else instead of trying to hurt the American people. You know why they do that? Because they don't want to pay any more money. That's it. Because they're a bunch of cheap, frugal old bastards. That's all they are. Unless you're doing something for them, you ain't getting paid. They don't care about you. That's just the way it is. Democrats, well, they're a little bit different. Sometimes they spend too much money and they go too stupid. There's got to be a balance in between. So, you know, I think that we need another stimulus. Think that we need to help people on Social Security and disabilities. I think that we need to, you know, help the people who don't have great income. Give people, some education. Do I think we need to give them 2 free years of college? Probably not, but a year would be nice. You know, and it's just like, people who taken out, what do they call it? I was just talking to a loan officer about this the other day. People who took out, what do you call that? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Shit. I can't remember what it's called. Help me out here. Anybody own a house? Um, Yeah, it was for 12 months. What do they call that? It's only during the pandemic, too. It's where you don't have to pay your mortgage uh, for 12 months. What's it called? Hmm, can't remember. Anybody know? I can't remember what it's called. What do they call that? It's like a deferred payment, but you don't have to pay it. But after 12 months, you got to pay it back. Whether you put it on the back of your loan, you do a like a 12-month plan, or you put it on the back of your loan, or you can do, you know, a modified loan. I can't think of the name of it. They call it, but it's something that they had for the stimulus, right? I was talking to them. I said, you know what they should do is, while the pandemic's going, at least offer them, say, hey, and you can. So whatever these people are that take out these, that don't pay. I can't remember what they call it. God, that bothers me. What is it called? Forbearance. So people who've taken out forbearance, right, against their mortgages, they could take it out 12 months, and actually it's been extended for another 6 months. So it can, and that's up to the loan people to go beyond 12 months. So it can go up to 18 months. You can have forbearance. And I was talking to them. I said, well, look, after their forbearance runs out, now maybe what you guys should talk about with the government is a 50% payback plan for another 12 months while they're trying to get on their feet. So instead of paying whatever their full mortgage is, they can at least pay something on their mortgages. That way banks don't default because they're not bringing in enough money. He's like, that's a really good idea. He goes, I wonder why nobody else thought of that. I said, I don't know, but I think it's a really good idea because that way they don't have the shock of trying to pay their monthly payments right back. Boom. Because some people don't have the money, right? I mean, you don't have to have any excuse, but to do forbearance. But I'm just saying, if you're coming back out of it, then say, hey, for the next 12 months, it's 50%, right? Or at least 6 months, it's 50%. Then the next 6 months, it's 75%. And then you go back to paying your regular payments. And then what you do is you just put whatever the forbearance is on the back side of the loan automatically. Okay. And then people don't have to worry about that. That way, the loan people are still, the or the financial institutions that are carrying the loan on the mortgage, they're getting some money, and it's not overbearing for the people who are actually coming back to paying the loan. It's a really good idea, and I tell the U.S. government to capitalize on that idea because it's a really good idea. You know, I tell people, and they're like, "Why aren't you a politician?" No, I'm not. I've been asked if I would run for different offices, and it's not something that I want to do right now. I guess if I get fed up with everything, then I'll go back to college and brush up on a little bit of my, you know, political science, and I'll have at it. They don't want me because I'm a fighter. They'll probably all be scared when they walk in the room. So, anyway, forbearance. Just want to let you know about that. So, there's a lot of things that are going on in the world today, and you gotta be smart. And another thing, capitalizing on investments. I'm not talking about just stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, stuff like that. I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about any kind of investments, such as, well, maybe you buy books, maybe you buy coins, maybe you buy hats, maybe you invest in sneakers. Remember, when you're investing, make wise investments, right? But when you make those investments, don't ever be afraid to, you know, how do I want to say this? Um, Expand your horizons. And sometimes that takes knowing other people, getting other people's insights, right? You know, I always try to help. I try to help as many people as possible, you know, when people are making large sum investments. And some of the investments that these people make are tens of thousands of dollars, you know, and they bring ideas to me and things to me. Is this safe? Is this not safe? You know, what would you do? And then I give them my recommendations, you know, you know, here's some ideas that you can go about, you know, and I've made a lot of people a lot of money. But then again, you know, they've taken care of me too. So, you know, hand washes hand. And that's just how it works in this world. You can't do it alone. You can try, but you can't. It's just the way it is, right? So, you know, be wise about how much of something that you're buying. And when you look at it, whatever it is, if you're going to go buy, you see a flea market and the guy's got 100 boxes of brand new sneakers, and it's a good buy to buy them, you got to also say, okay, what's the market doing? Can I sell these? You know, how much can I sell them for? Don't try to take all the money. Try to make some of the money. Because if you always leave a little meat on the bone for the next guy, you'll sell them faster. And then your turnover rate's quicker. And then you can go and reinvest the money, right? This is how you do it. If you don't get greedy, you can make money. If you get greedy, you're not going to make money because people are going to say, man, he's trying to be greedy. So, you know, think smart. Lots of things out there for you to do in the world today. You know, if you're lazy, you'll never make any money, really, unless you was already, you know, born with a silver spoon in your mouth and somebody gave you a lot of money. But most of those people piss it away. They do drugs and parties and buy stupid stuff, and then before long they have nothing. They get themselves in trouble and end up spending all the money, wasting all the money instead of being smart. I've seen so many people waste money. So, you know, and I've seen people heal themselves from it. I've seen people lose everything they have. Well, you know, I shouldn't say everything, but mostly of it, of what they had, you know, destroyed their own lives. They destroyed their own lives and then come back and make two, three times what they had, but with a different moral concept of what they were doing and a different outlook. It's a wonderful thing to say. I mean, it's horrible to see them lose it all, but, you know, they wasn't listening to anybody, so that's what happens, you know. Doesn't hurt to humble yourself once in a while. I mean, I do it. If I'm not smart at something, you know, I try to, you know, ask people that I know or have more background or knowledge in it. And then I do that to several people. And then I usually, you know, come to a conclusion for myself how I want to proceed. You know, when it comes to like when I when I'm doing coins, you know, I'm very picky about coins. How I do my coins, you know, that I put my coins in holders automatically, you know, which ones are good, which ones are not, which ones do you hold, which ones do you just, you know, flip and sell, you know, which ones are going to be worth something, you know, 20 years down the line, which ones, well, I can make this much, invest in this much to make 5 times instead of, you know, one time. I mean, there's lots to do with coins. Coins can be miserable sometimes, I'm telling you. That's why I don't try to take on too many types of coins. You know, that's what I tell people like me. I mean, I have pennies. Pennies are cheap. You know, I like dimes. You know, silver dimes. You know, I like Morgan silver dollars. Peace dollars are okay. And I like the American silver eagles. Them are pretty much where I like to be. Halves are cool. They're cool to look at. You know, one of these days I'm going to show you a really cool half that I know probably not very many of my viewers have. But one of these days I'll show it to you. Who knows? Maybe I'll even sell it. Somebody gives me enough money. But The thing about coins to me is just like guitars. They're all different, you know, and you got to be careful. You got to know about your investments. And you know what? There's always a risk. Always. Always a risk in everything you do. But there can always be a reward. It's just your patience, how patient you are. I see a lot of people falter, you know. Like me, some people say, well, why did you sell your whole Morgan collection? That was stupid. Well, no, because it served its purpose for what I needed to do at the time. So, you know, I'm not mad about it. I say, I get mad because I sold a beautiful coins that would be worth over $100,000 today. But, whatever. How are you going to know? You don't. So, the struggle comes to where I trying to put my collection back together. And I will, maybe. If not, I have a lot of them, and they're pretty, and I show them on the channel. And, you know, I think it's a wonderful thing. But I do it today for a different reason. So, you got to have a different reason for doing it. You got to feed your family. And generally, the currency that you use every day in your wallet, green, blue, red, yellow, whatever color your currency is from the nation that the country that you hail from, you know, that's what that does. But you're always going to have something a little different, a little nesting egg, a little something that, you know, is not so common. Do you know that most rich people have 10 to 20% of their net worth is in gold, silver, platinum, palladium, gemstones? Did you know that? That's truth. 20, 10 to 20%. Can you imagine that? I wonder why. Because they know too. They look back in history, and history can repeat itself. Could there be another gold standard? Absolutely. Could there be another silver certificate? Absolutely. Is anything keeping us from having that? Nope, not at all. So, you want to keep that in perspective when you're doing things. But don't go buck crazy spending a lot of money on stuff when you don't need to. Now, if that money's not necessary and you're not trusting putting the money in the bank, or you have a fear for that and you only want to put so much in the bank, then I understand. Put it in silver and gold. You might make some, you might lose some. It's just that way with silver and gold, platinum and palladium. Okay? So don't worry about it. Don't freak out. It'll do what it's going to do. It's been around for thousands of years and used for thousands of years. So you're pretty safe with it. It's always worth something. All right. So I'm off of my horse on what? 3 subjects. Okay. So I had a young man. You get these kids today. Hey, did you guys like my little stack over here? Look at this. Look at this, huh? Look at that. That's my dinner, by the way, for tonight. It's just a small dinner for tonight. Sorry. I can't share. Collect Transformers. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with collecting Transformers. Hey, that's cool. Now, so a young man asked me a question this week. He said, well, actually, we had a little disagreement, not really an argument about something. And of all things, it was drugs, because kids like to talk about stupidity, right? And he's like, yeah, America gets all of their poppy and all of their heroin. And I'm going, here's a good one. Getting all of their heroin from China and Pakistan and Afghanistan. And that's why they're over there fighting, and that's why they're mad. Incorrect. I want to set the record straight right now. Okay? America does not get their opium from Asia, Southeast Asia, Southwest Asia, whatever. They don't get it from over there. Europe does, but we don't. Okay? America gets all of their opium, all of it, okay, from Colombia and Mexico. Now, I'm not saying that they're not shipping some of that stuff in from over there to them guys, and then they're not shipping it to us. But I'm telling you, the main trafficking of opium, right, from the poppy plant to opium comes from Mexico, okay, and Colombia. Period. That's where we get ours from. You're setting that straight right now. I mean, you can double check, triple check, bi check, whatever kind of checking you want to do, but that's a fact. Okay. So whatever they're doing over there, none of that opium stuff has anything to do with us. Okay. I'm just letting you know. Okay. That's cool. Very good. We'll get together sometime, Nick, and we'll do that. So then he was trying to tell me that heroin is the pure form from the poppy plant, from opium. Once again, I had to knock him down a notch. So let me explain this to you. And I'm going to give you the categories. And I'm going to show you how this works. I'll explain it to you first, and then I'll show it to you. So first off, you have the plant, right? And from the opium, you can create morphine, thymine, codeine, noscapine, and papaverine. Okay? Those are the different types of compounds that are a part of opium. Okay? Now, from morphine, you can add some acid, certain types of acid to it to change the alkalinity when it connects itself to the morphine, right? And then what that does is it changes its molecular structure and turns it into heroin. Okay? Plain and simple. And I'm going to show you this in a minute. Thymine, which is hydrocodone, oxycodone, naloxone, and buprenorphine. Okay, that's what they come from. Codeine and noscapine is a cough suppressant, or sometimes you get codeine, Tylenol 3 with codeine, and that's more for your cough or throat. And paverine, or pavapaverine, is a treatment for ED. Imagine that. So if your winky isn't blinking for you anymore, there's a remedy from the poppy plant. And anyways, I'll show you guys this so that you guys can see this. At least I hope you can see it. Maybe you can't. It's kind of hard to see my phone. But anyways, that's the structure of it. So, most people, they're told things, but they're not told things properly. Not that it's important for our lives or anything, but it is. To know the truth is important. It's like when they inject heroin, right? Or they use heroin, right? They use acids, right? They use a certain type of acid, and it's an alkaline, right? So how much they use has to be determined by the clarity of what they're doing. So, say they used 5 grams of pure heroin, right? And then they put so much water in it, and then they'll use so much alkaline, just until they'll stir it up to get all of the heroin dissolved, just enough to get it dissolved, because you have um, you have a pH scale, right? And your body's perfect pH scale is a little different, range from like 6 to 7.5, somewhere in there. Everybody is different. Plants are the same way. How much your alkalinity you have in your body, and so on and so forth. It's a whole subject that would take me a whole night to explain. Anyway, um, so you don't want it to be too much, too acidic, because if it gets too acidic, what happens is when they inject it into the veins, whether it's in a hospital or whatever, right? It ruins and damages all of the veins. So they have to be very careful. It's not the actual compound itself, right? It's not the actual heroin itself. It's the acids in it, right? It's too acidic. How much alkaline, how much acids, there's a balance there. But what happens is when it becomes too acidic, it starts to ruin the veins and deteriorate them. And it's not just for that, but um, it could be for anything, any kind of compound that uses acids, or something that uses acidic base to break down a substance, um, to where it dissolves in water. So there's always a balance, and that can be for many types of medications that people take, not just controlled substances, but I'm talking about a lot. So, knowing a little bit about your medication really can be very helpful. And I think that, when you take something, no matter what it is, it could be an aspirin. Understand the aspirin. What makes it aspirin? What's the compounds in aspirin? Or Motrin, or, nasal spray, or, eye drops, anything like that. You know, it's really good to know what you're taking and study a little bit about it, because sometimes you might have a bad day and your body's dropped down because your pH levels are not correct, right? And your energy isn't right. And what happens is when that happens, something else can go wrong. Well, maybe that specific medication wouldn't bother you any other time. But because your body's at a downfall and you're not healthy, all of a sudden now it's causing an issue. So, it's good to know, what you're talking about. It's good to know, a little bit about the medications that you take, and some of the side effects of it. Okay? Yeah, you think Reverend Bob doesn't cover a lot of subjects a week? Man. You say, yeah, but no pastors just talk about Jesus. No. We talk about everything. Golfing, baseball, football, running a chainsaw, fixing a car, fixing a motorcycle, planting grass, laying pavement, driving a truck, cleaning a house, baking a cake, rebuilding a compressor, putting a roof on a house. I mean, we're all over the place. It's crazy. It really is. It's nuts. Are we a bunch of know-it-alls? No. I think most good ministers, good pastors, are jacks of all trades and masters of none. Because you got to be, look, you know, don't be stupid. Because there's nothing worse than a guy coming up to you and start talking about you. You know what? Uh, I got upset this week. You wouldn't believe how mad I got. Well, why is that? Well, I bought this brand new Corsair RM 550 X power brick for my computer, and the thing didn't work right. And you say to yourself, I have no clue what you're talking about. You know, it's the power brick that runs your motherboard and, everything else in your computer. You don't know what that is, Pastor Bob? No. Oh. Well, just listening to them and understanding a little bit about what the conversation is makes them feel a little more comfortable. Don't mean you gotta know everything about it. Hey, what's going on, Jack? You know? So, anyway. Oh, the question, Sheena? Oh, you just woke up? Cool. The question, Sheena, was that just to answer that question, when we was talking about where opium comes from, America only gets the opium from South America. So we get ours from Colombia and Mexico. We don't get it from Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq or China or anything like that. We don't get it like that. Unless they, weasel it in on some kind of cargo ship into Mexico or something, and then they distribute it. But generally, that's not how it's done because, trust me, those are well guarded places and they're high secure places. So it's not done that way. Just let everybody know. That's what the question was, where we got the product from. Just to answer that, by the way. So anyway, pastors, jacks of all trades, masters of none. That's just the way it is. You what? Your knee's been killing you? Cut the friggin' thing off. I got a chainsaw. You want me to send it to you? Oh, I'm just kidding you. Don't do that. Hey, I can tell you how to make that knee feel better. You're not going to believe me when I tell you this. You want to know how to make your knee feel better for a little while? Take your mind off of it? You want to know? Do you want to know? Look at all this candy. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that candy, Jack. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my dinner. Oh, yeah. Sexy. Matter of fact, I think I'll have one of these while I'm talking with you guys. No! What you do is you take some clothespins. You got any clothespins? And you put them on your nipples. And that way your nipples ache and you won't feel your knee hurting. Oh my God, I had this old cat tell me that one day. It was funny as hell. I don't know what I did. I think I stubbed my toe or my thumb or something, hit my thumb. I can't remember. He goes, "You want to know how to get rid of that pain for a little while?" I go, "What? Take a pain pill or something?" "Nope." I said, "Well, what do I got to do?" He says, "Take 2 clothespins and put them on your nipples." Like, what? You're stupid. Oh my God. He's crazy. Crazy old cool. I loved him to death. He always had some kind of a metaphor, right? Or, he was he did. He always had a metaphor or a parable or something. I said, "Are you trying to be Jesus or what?" I mean, forget it. He was a cool. He was funny. He really was. He was something. He was something else. He was. Drank the crappiest beer in the world. I'm not lying to you. When I tell you on the can, look, I'm being honest to you now. I went over there. This is about 25 years ago now. Wow, about 25 years ago. He goes, "Bob, you want a beer?" I go, "Yeah, I want a beer." Come out. Hand me this can. It was a white can and it said beer on it. And I went, "Is this a joke?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Come on, I'm not going to pop this and like one of them snakes going to pop out or flame or, you know, something like that." He goes, "No, Bob, it's a beer." I go, I've never seen beer with just beer on it. He goes, yeah, it's great. Try it. Well, let me tell you what. Have you ever went down by the swamp and you smell that skunk cabbage? Do you guys know what skunk cabbage is? That's what it tasted like. And I'll tell you what. That was a rough beer to get through. Yeah. I wonder why he bought it. And then I found out it was like the cheapest, nastiest, cheapest beer you could buy. And one day I went to my grandmother's and she had a case and I was like, what is this, like an epidemic or something? She goes, what? I said, I know another old guy that drinks that stuff. Oh, yeah, it's great. I said, no, you guys are just drunks. That's all it is. And drunks don't care. Just as long as you get your beer. She goes, well, shut up and grab one or don't drink nothing. I said, well, I'm not drinking that crap. She goes, well, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to go to the package store and buy some real beer. Well, if you're going to go to the package store, why don't you pick up Grammy? I'm like, look, I'm not making a run. I'm just going to go grab a six-pack, Graham, and come back to the house with you and spend the night. Huh. My grandma was a great woman, though. She really was smart. She was a church-going woman, but boy, could she drink. But it was odd because I couldn't understand how she could drink so much. I mean, granted, she was half Irish, but I couldn't understand it. I mean, I watched guys fall down on their face drunk, and I'm talking drinkers. I could not outdrink her. Playing cribbage, playing pinochle, playing pitch, right? I mean, all night long, guys. Let the clocks roll. I'm not lying. Watch him go, boom, right on the table, pass right out. I was like, old Frank, I'll never forget him. I can't remember what Frank was. I think he was from Poland or something. Hell of a nice guy. Big guy. Huge guy, right? I'm over there one night and I watched him pass right out, get a knot right in his forehead. Went. He's sitting there talking to us, and all of a sudden, boom, right out on the table. Passed straight out from drinking with my grandmother. I says, Grandma, what are you going to do? End up killing everybody that comes over here just to have a game of cribbage with you. Oh, they just can't handle it. Go grab them a pillow off the couch. I'm like, Graham, you can't do that. I'll be all right. You'll be okay in the morning. I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. My grandmother was hardcore. Then I found out later on that she had a brain tumor from the time I think she was 12 or 13. And very few people ever knew. I never knew it. And the drinking suppressed the brain tumor. And that's what it did. And she never got drunk. It suppressed the brain tumor, and she lived to be 83 or 4 years old. My aunt made her quit drinking. It killed her. She quit drinking. The tumor swelled up, and it killed her. Yeah. So I told my dad, I hope my aunt never comes back here. Yep. And I know. I think I know why she did it, too. And she does not want to face me. I am the one riddle in this family that people do not like to face. So, I'm not happy about it. But yeah, my grandmother was a hoot. You guys would have loved her. She was something else. She was something else. Yeah. She was something. Got me and my dad. I think I was about, God, I don't know. I have to ask. My dad was in the military. And I was home. I was home on vacation, I believe. And I was at dad's, and dad said, let's go to grandma's. Well, not too much. We're just talking, Jack. Why? You want to buy some coins? Got a couple $1,000s? I got a few $1,000s worth of coins. I'll sell you real quick. Otherwise, we're just going to talk. So, where was I at? Oh, well, it's my dad's, right? So my dad used to live upstairs from my grandmother. So, my dad said, now, I was young. This is many years ago. So, don't be pointing the finger at me telling I'm a bad minister and a bad preacher. It ain't raining here. Don't send it up here. You keep that stuff down there in the south. I'll tell you when to send it up north. But don't send it today. Because it was a beautiful day. It actually was. I cut a couple trees up today and I went and laid down. I was just hurting from it. But you know how it is. Unless you're paying somebody, you ain't going to get no free work. Or somebody say, well, remember the time that I did this for you? So forget it. I just do it myself. And then I bitch and complain to myself later and go lay down and go to sleep. I mean, that's just how it has to work. It's easier that way, mentally. And then, that's just the way it is. So anyways, you out of work? Not making any money to buy anything? Okay. So did you go down and put in for unemployment? You need to. Go put in unemployment. What happened to your job? How come you're not working? Why ain't you working? What's going on? Or is it personal? You want to talk to me later? Because I want the skinny. I like good gossip. I was watching some kind of show one day. The guy goes, oh, gossip is great. I just love gossip. It excites me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. They didn't give you nothing for the pain, Jack? They didn't give you nothing for the pain? And they're not paying you while you're out of work? Man, what the hell's wrong with this freaking country? Work your butt off, but nobody pays you? You don't have no paid leave or nothing? That's crappy. I hate you. I don't know. There should be some. You know what? I think every business should have some kind of a insurance plan or something. That if a person has to be out of work for like 3 months or something for some kind of a surgery, oh, it doesn't pay much. That you should be able to get your full benefits pay off of that insurance for like 3 months. You know what I mean? Full pay. So that way, when you're at home, you're not worrying about bills and this and that. I think they should have something like that. I really do. God, I'm coming up with some great ideas tonight. Boy, I could be president. Hell, he ain't doing nothing anyway, so you might as well make me president. At least that'd be funny. And for God's sakes, I got some smarts with me, so we might get something done. I guarantee you that dollars would have silver certificate on them. And 50s and 100s would say gold certificate on it. Yeah, you could bet on that. Because our currency would be backed by it. I put a clause that it could never be changed again either. That's how smart one of the presidents was. That, hey, let's go to a fiat system. Be back now, nothing. Just a promise. If they don't like our promises, we'll just go to war and kill them all. How stupid. That is really dumb. I just want to say some of our forefathers were really stupid. I'm just putting that out there. Look, I served in the military and I did a lot of bad shit. Okay? I mean, by some people's view, I had to do what I had to do. And you know what? I don't regret any of it. Some people say, really? when you're in them situations, you ain't regretting nothing. You got to do what you got to do, and that's just it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to write a book about it. I don't want a performance about it, and I don't want a pat on the back about it. But I had to do what I had to do, and now it's over. The only part is, hey, I got hurt. You're going to pay me for the rest of my life. That was your promise. Keep your end of the deal. That's it. We'll move on. Period. End of conversation, right? Outside of that, man, I've never seen so much smoke being blown up people's ass as much as I have in the past year. Well, actually, 5 years. I mean, it's just, oh, God. I mean, they must be like dogs sniffing each other's butts up there. I mean, that's just how it seems like to me. I'm sorry. It's probably not the best metaphor or the best way to define what's going on up there, but it just looks stupid sometimes. And they don't care. It's like, hey, you guys ain't being nice to us. You guys don't say that stuff. That's being mean. No, it's just pretty apparent that you're dumb. And, you're not thinking right. Look, spend some money, get some stimulus out, help people on Social Security, help the firemen, help the teachers, help the people in the medical field. You know what I mean? Yeah, butt sniffing. You know a little bit about that, don't you, there, old soul poet? Chasing that little dog around? What's up, old soul poet? Hey, for people who don't know old soul poet, there's old soul poet. Yeah. Look, imagine how much shit he has to deal with in a day. I can imagine. Better him than me. Absolutely. God bless him. But, it's just, I don't know. Whatever. What are you going to do? Yeah. Loving the dream. What's up, Pros? Oh, Jesus. Let me get this done. For crying out loud. Before I hear some bitching, I better do this. Let me get this done right now. All right. I'm going to get that done so none of you guys bitch me out. Bust my beans for 3 hours that I did not turn Robinson Prospecting blue. So I turn Robinson Prospecting blue, and I will turn the other prospecting blue too. So that way nobody gets on my case about it. All right? All right. So now they're blue. So you guys don't have to get mad at me. I did my job. Oh, Lordy. What was I just talking about? Oh. So anyway, here's my thing. We need to take care of, people who are helping. Look, take care of people in the medical field. Take care of, your family service counselors. Take care of your funeral directors. Look, they've been working too. Nobody talks about them. They're saying, well, they get paid. Yeah, but still they put their life in danger. What do you think? Coronavirus can't live in a dead person? I'm sure it probably can. Who knows, right? I mean, I'm not checking that stuff out. Take care of school teachers and take care of your military. Take care of them. Give them a little extra bonus. So what's wrong with that, right? What's wrong with throwing a dog a bone? Look, you want to stay rich? You better have the backing of us. You think they don't know that? Look, they only control the military because the military guys let them. Because trust me, there is no way, if they all got pissed and them generals decided, you can kiss my ass, we're going to take over the White House, there ain't shit they'd do about it. They could lock every one of them up, Democrats and Republicans. They can lock every one of them up if they want, the military. And there's nothing that they could do about it. Period. And they know it. So don't be going and saying you're going to shut down the government and they ain't going to get paid, because now you're going to piss them off. So, I'm just saying. COVID can last as long as 3 weeks and deceased? Oh, my Lord. Well, I think that you need a raise. I do. I think you need to raise your rates by 20% during the pandemic. Really? No, not West. Just do it. Look, I'll tell you what. Let me fly out there for a week. I can make you enough money in a week. I'll tell you right now. You want that new yacht? I'll show you how to get it. You want that new Harley Davidson? Look, might be a little unethical, but I tell you what, I'll get it done for a week for you. Then I'll pray for a week for what I did. $1.50 an hour. God, you're making too much now. I thought you was only making 50 cents. I thought you was being fair about it. Hey, George. Looking pretty good, huh? Had a bad week. Hey, had a bad week. You want to know how bad my week was? Hey, you want to know how bad my week was? I'm going to show you. I can show you something and you'll know how bad my week was. Now, how bad was my week, George? Huh? How bad was my week? There's my dinner. Do I need to say any more? The great thing is, my son ain't called me in a few days. He found himself a new girl, and apparently she's a sweetheart. He's happy. She's from Cambodia, and he's having a good time. That was one blessing. I didn't have to hear him whining and crying. Thank you, Jesus, for that. He's moving on. He's getting happy. God bless him. Should have done that a long time ago. But, sometimes you got to go through, the viper pit and then learn from it. We all learn it that way. I love him. At least he found somebody that's interested in him as much as he's interested in them. Just be cautious, That's all I tell him. Just be cautious. Always. In every relationship. But at least, he likes her. That's good. Right? Jumped into a sinful pull of chocolate. That's right. I'm lusting. Yeah. I'm lusting. I'm going to be a dirty boy. I'm going to roll around in that bed with all that chocolate. And I'm going to put Morgans on the bed. And I'm going to get dirty with them. Absolutely. I don't care. If people don't like it, don't watch. I'm going to do a video. And I'm going to charge to watch the video. $35 to watch me lusting. It won't be a very long video. Probably about 5 minutes. It'll cost you $35 to watch that 5-minute video. Of me lusting in bed. Candy bars. Maybe some Little Debbie's. Some Devil Dogs and Twinkies. And Morgan Silver Dollars. Yeah, that's a night out. That's a man's dream right there. Oh my God, that's funny. Of course I can cook. I went to West Bay Tech for 2 years and I went to Johnson & Wales College. I can cook. I'm just talking about when you don't want to cook. You just go lustful. That's just the way it is. You can't tell me that none of my subscribers out there, right? They don't lust after candy and cookies and pies and cake and jellies and breads and big fat sausage links and kielbasa and um, bratwurst and hamburgers and steaks. You come on. Look, we're all going to die someday, right? Do you want to die happy? Or do you want people to manipulate the way you're going to die? And you died the way they told you to. Look, I say use your smarts, be educated. You can be a little, lusting after the candy once in a while. Look, don't do it all the time. It's like drinking or anything else in life. Drinking milk, coffee, tea, whatever. Looking at girls. Or with some of you probably looking at guys, whichever the case may be. It's a human thing, right? It's just don't overindulge yourself all the time. Just, once in a while you just gotta say to hell with it and just do it, right? I mean, that's what I do. I'm sorry, that maybe not ministerial like, but I do, and I'm honest about it. Okay? There's so many people out there that ain't. I know a lot of preachers out there that ain't. Look, I'm not perfect. I was born into this world of sin, and I'll leave this world of sin. I'm not perfect. Okay? But I only go so far. You gotta be careful. Because I don't want to end up being too fat again. I lost 22 pounds, something like that. So I don't go crazy. George will tell you, I've been doing really good. I've been being a good boy. It would take you 5 minutes to take your sugar. Actually, I got really good sugar, believe it or not. I think, what do they call it? When your sugar's always low. Is that hypoglycemia? Is that right? Hypo? Maybe I'm hypoglycemic this evening. Maybe I'm doing it from a medical stance. Hey, people got their excuses to smoke pot. Why can't I have my excuse to eat chocolate? What's the difference? I have to go to the doctors and get a note from them saying they're going to eat chocolate? Oh, he'd really love that. He'd probably ask me, what the hell is wrong with me? Fall on your head this weekend? You'll be right back. Where you going? Get a pain pill for that knee? God, I know that's got to be killing you, Jack. Man, I feel bad for you, bro. You still put no Bengay on that bad boy. I did that one time. Oh, medical chocolate card. Yeah. A medicinal chocolate card. Hey, we got to check into that shit. Really, George? We do. I'm going to ask my doctor about that. Hey, you know what? That might be a way to make some money, too. They might be right into that. You can have Chocoholics Anonymous. Chocolate moderators. Well, they got the stupidest stuff out there today. Might as well have something that's actually relevant. Chocolate's really, dark chocolate's good for you, I guess. You should get some of Emily Rydell's Pater. Emily Rydell's Pater. Huh? Who is she? I have no clue who she is. Who is Emily Rydell's? Who is she? I don't know her. Never met the lady. Bering Sea Gold. Is that like a TV show? You got candy? Yeah. You got candy? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Bring on the candy. Well, at least I got a variety, right? So, look, let me take you over here. Look, I got a variety, guys. Look. Reese's, Munchy Peanut Butter Bars, Paydays, Heath, um, Snickers. Hey, look. Oh, that's weird. Huh. Look at that. This one says Satisfies, and this one says Snickers. That's weird, huh? I wonder if that's a collectible wrapper or something. It might be a collectible wrapper. Who knows? There's a couple of them. I got some Kind bars back there. Those are healthy. See? Kind bars. So they're not all bad. But I got a few. What's wrong with it? I don't care. I gotta do what I gotta do. You guys know me. You know how I am. I just gotta be honest, right? Would you rather have me be dishonest? Or would you rather have me be honest? And I know the answer. So, there you go. What I do with my Copenhagen? Does anybody know? You guys move my Copenhagen on me? What's that? Yeah, also. What? She's the Alaskan one. Isn't she? Alaskan? Huh? I got lost in that conversation. Oh, I gotta laugh, right? I gotta tell you guys something funny. This is hilarious, right? So, oh God, hold on. I know you guys don't want to keep seeing my candy. By the way, I'm in my bedroom tonight. I can't stand it when this thing is not even. Whatever. Screw it. So anyway, I'm in my bedroom tonight. I didn't feel like going downstairs. I only get downstairs when I want to do auctions. Yeah. What's that? Poor Rev. The chat just moved too fast as he rambles. Sorry. Whatever. You guys talk, I'll just ramble on. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm in my bedroom today. I just want to chit chat. I haven't had any auctions. You notice that, guys? I'm being a good boy. But winter's coming, so we'll make up for it. I got I got to do my charity for my kids soon. So I'll be running that for a couple of months to make enough money so we can get some money out to the kids. So that'll be coming up. Probably starting in October, November, and December. We'll be doing that. And some other things. Hold on. I can't see that damn chat. What am I giving away? I don't. Why is everything got to be a giveaway? What is it? Does my channel say giveaway king? No. But I will be giving some stuff away to people who purchase. Look, everybody knows Rev. That's why I don't have a lot of people that come on here, because there's so many people that just go to these channels for the giveaways and they hardly ever buy anything. And they never feel bad about it. Me, I always love to give back to everybody that, comes and buys coins from me and helps with my charities. I love to do that. And I do that periodically. And you guys are not going to believe what I'm I'm making for some special things coming on. So trust me, it may just blow your mind. I got some really cool things for people who buy certain levels of coins and things like that coming up the next couple months. You're not even going to believe what I'm going to be giving away. Now they're going to pay for the shipping of this stuff because it ain't going to be cheap to ship it. But I'm going to give away the items. Oh yeah, you guys are not going to believe this. You're just not. It's going to be incredible. Trust me. I've been working on this for a couple months. I didn't even tell Old Soul Poet about this stuff. Well, yeah. He will know. He'll be going, oh my God, really? Yeah. But I'm always doing something. Look, during the holiday season, I love to do things for the kids. That's what I like to do. I like to buy, toys and clothes and stuff like that and give them to local, churches or, you know, just go out and give them to people. Drop them on the doorstep. I like doing that stuff. You know, that's all right. You can stir up shit. I don't care. Go right ahead. I'm used to it. I'm a pastor. I'm used to it. I got thick skin. Trust me. Except for that chainsaw. The other day I reached down to grab something, and let me tell you what. You see that little spot on the edge of my pinky right there? Woo! Man, that chain was sharp. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to be concentrating on in October, November, and December. Used to watch what show? I want what I want. I want. I want. I want. I want. Yeah. Well, last year we did pretty good. I can't remember how much we made. Um, I think with what I made from the channel and other donations, right around 2,000. I think we did last year, which was pretty good. And that pays for all the shipping stuff and all the, not shipping stuff, but all the boxes and tape and wrapping paper and all that stuff and all the toys and all that stuff. So we did really well. And I gave it to Pastor Chip down at First Baptist Church, and he was very happy about it. And I couldn't have gave it to a better guy. Really, God's honest truth. And it was really weird because God moved me to call him for some reason. Because I was having trouble who I wanted to give it to. I was just having some trouble. Something just was troubling me the wrong way inside my heart. And then I called him up, and he was over. I was like, I don't know. Just God moved me to call you, so we can do it again if we want. I'd like to. I'd like to do 2,500 this year. Make at least 2,500 if we can, if not more. But that's my goal. $2,500 I'd like to make. So, I buy all these coins myself. So when I set the prices a little bit higher, the reason for that is you're buying the coins, you're getting something, right? And if you pay a little more for a coin when you're buying it from me than you would buying it somewhere else, it's because all that extra money, right? It's just going into donation. We're doing things for people, and that's what we do, and it's nice. We're not trying to, buy out the Taj Mahal for crying out loud, but we do our part as our little channel, and that's good enough for me. I'm not greedy, and I don't want you guys to be greedy either. I don't want you guys to empty your banking accounts. Just open your heart. You know what you need to do, how much you need to donate, and how much you need to buy. You know. I mean, I could easily just do donations and stuff, but that ain't what I want to do. That ain't how I do it. I don't want to do that. Because if you buy a coin and you spend 50, 60, $70 or whatever you do on a coin, right? It's not just a coin. You know that coin was also part of a donation for helping a family or helping some kids. So it's a little bit different. So you're getting something for your donation too in return. A memory, and you're physically getting something. And that's the way I like to do it. You know? Welcome back. Good night, bud. Who's leaving? Huh? Share Jesus. Oh, you're leaving? Oh, okay. We'll see you later, Robinson. Take care. Have a good night. Welcome back, Jack. How's your knee doing? I wish you lived a little closer. I'd do an Indian rain dance for you and pass the peace pipe. Well, Mary could. I don't. I don't pass the peace pipe anymore. I suppose if I was invited to another ceremony and I had to, then I would, but it's not my gig. I'm telling you, Jack, ain't you getting any smoke down there? Huh? Can't you go to the tribe and get a little bit of peace pipe medicine? Hey, I'm sure the chief's got a nice little a little medical bag somewhere. Probably under his pillow. Yeah. So hey, where's the medicine man? I need some medicine. Look, I know pain meds suck. That's why I said you need to go see the medicine man. Go see the chief. Say, hey, look, Kimosabi, I'm hurting here. My knee's killing me. Give me something. I'm full of it tonight, ain't I? Everybody's probably saying, geez, Rav, you're right on it tonight, boy. You're in raw form. Yeah, because I don't get to talk humanly all week. I got to. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Johnson. God, let's pray. I know. I know it's terrible, dear. I wish I could be there just to give you a hug. Which is true. I just want to talk about all kinds of things with them, not just one problem. I want to get their mind off of stuff. You know what I mean? Look, I believe sometimes the best healing comes when you're not thinking about something. Would anybody agree? Now, I granted, I know your knee is throbbing. I know it's throbbing. Did they give you any Lanacaine, Jack? Did they give you any Lanacaine? 4% Lanacaine or 5%, whatever it is. To rub on it. I mean, you don't smell it or anything, but it helps to numb the area. Is it topical pain or is it something inside pain? Can you tell the difference? I mean, wait a minute. You didn't get like a used kneecap from Also Poet and it was a left and you needed a right, was it? Oh, I had to add that. That is so funny. I just had to add that. I know you didn't, but that was hilarious. Sorry, man. I had to make a joke of it. Go to the yard sale. Hey, what do you got for sale? I got some kneecaps. Hey, how much for those? Well, they're a little small. Oh, hell, it don't matter. Throw whatever in that bad boy. It is a right? Yeah. Okay. Half price sale. You know what? I won't be surprised to see one day. You know what I did see that amazed me? And this is no joke. This lady didn't have an arm, I guess, her whole life. She was missing her arm from here down, right? And this company made a printed arm for her, right? With all the electronics in it. And you train the arm to work for you again, right? So it hooks up to your arm, right? And then when you think, it moves. And you program it through USB or whatever, through your computer. And you program your, even the thumb works. And you program your hand to work for you. That is a trip. Unbelievable technology. God bless them. That is something else. And the things that they're doing with legs and arms for veterans too. I mean, look, this lady's got one of these. It took like a couple of years, I guess, to a year, I think, maybe, to get it done. But I think to do that for veterans who lose their, arms or legs or something, to be able to give them robotics like that to work, God, what a blessing, huh? Gotta admit, there's some smart people out there. Really. It really is. And they're using technology to help people. What is going on? I told that ghost to stay outside, but he ain't listening to me very well. Gotta leave now. I'm hilarious, ain't I? You gotta love me. Hey, I thought about starting a Patreon. What do you think? What do you guys think? Should I start a Patreon account? At least I bring good things. At least I'm humorous. Hey, if you're gonna pay somebody some money, to be entertained, you might as well pay somebody that's actually funny and entertaining. Hey, why not, right? And then I can give all the money to different charities and stuff like that. It's an option. Who knows? It's an idea. Don't crucify me, for God's sakes. I'm already hurt. I couldn't deal with the nails in the feet and the nails in the wrists. I couldn't handle it right now. By God, Jack will tell you, his poor knee's killing him. Hey, Jack, how long do you got to be out of work for anyway? All jokes aside. Sheena probably thinks I'm crazy. Sorry, Sheena, I already know it. Don't worry about it. I don't know if they call that an intellectual fool or what, but I guess if the shoe fits, I wear it, right? Hey, look. Is anybody out there? Oh, by the way, this is private tonight. I mean, only for members, so only members can talk. I just want to let you know. Because I know they'd be beating me up right now. Oh my God, I can't believe you're a pastor. You talk like that. Well, guess what? Welcome to the real world. Newsflash. There is one. There's many like me. And it's probably a lot more that would like to be like me, but you got to have the character, right? And you got to have the heart. Just the way it is. How's old soul poet doing anyway? He's been awful quiet. He must have gotten his pennies out in front of him. This guy's pennies in front of him. Looking through the pennies. Listening to me. I should have went to StreamYard and had old soul poet join me. He's probably nervous. He's scared. I'll get him on there one day. We'll get together. You gotta break him in lately. It's like going to basic training in the military. He's got it. He's got it. You're going to go jump in a shower. Oh, he went in the shower. That's where he's at. Oh, he's in the shower right now going, Rev, you're stupid. Probably going, what the hell's wrong with that guy? I'm surprised he ain't made me start paying him to be my friend. God, I better not say that. Don't worry, Judge. I'll get something out to you soon. Yeah, he's a good friend. He really is. Good egg. I started etching my sword. Not that you guys care. You guys want to see my sword that I'm etching? Well, actually, I'm engraving it. I was going to do some etching. I may still. I don't know. But I'll show you. I'm going to be changing it around a little bit. I'll show you what I'm doing to my sword. See if you guys can see this. Etching here. See the etching that I'm doing? And then I started on the other side too. Just want to show you. Not that you guys really care. But I thought I'd show you guys what I'm doing to my sword. I'm going to be taking the handles off and redoing. I'm going to be making some really nice stuff. I'm going to be doing my own stuff. And then I think maybe if I can before winter hits, I don't want to show you that stuff. I think before winter hits, I got some old bricks out back, old bricks. And I think what I'm going to do is make a little forge out back. Just something small. And I'll start off with knives. And then I need an anvil. And I'd like to make some custom knives. And I will only I'll only make them and sell them on YouTube and on my and eBay maybe. But I'll do them limited because they're all going to be customized. Some of them have gemstones in it, and, inlaid with silver and stuff like that. So they'll be really. Look, I've been studying this stuff for a long time. I know you guys don't know that, but so trust me, I got some stuff I want to do, but it takes time to do it. I got to get some coal, and I want to get some pine coal if I can. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Making some knives, and then if I get good enough, I'll start making some swords. I've watched Japanese master sword makers make knives, and I'll tell you what, it's incredible. And it's a lot of work to make some of them swords. It takes, probably 6 to 7 men, 3 months, 4 months to make one sword. Yeah. Some of them swords are $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for a sword. So I'd like to make some knives. I think it'd be fun. And maybe some of the knives, I can get some of the other people on the channel, you know, to do some stuff. Like old Jack. Maybe I can have Jack do some stuff. We'll do some special. Maybe what we'll do is do some different stuff, like Native American style knives, you know? And we can do some, Irish knives or English knives. Our style, a new style of what we want. Not an old style, a new style. Our little touch, our little swing to it all. See, I'm saying this and somebody's going to steal my idea and start doing it. You watch. It never fails. But this is what I'd like to do. Something fun, you know. Maybe I can make a few knives, get them a certain way, and then send some antlers to Jack and have him put them on the end of the pommel or something, you know, and make a nice little leather pouch with it, you know, and then drape down some different types of beads or something like that. Make a medicine bag that goes with it. That'd be really cool. Well, Jack, we could get into this together. You know what I'm saying? Why give everybody that stuff and not get nothing out of it yourself? You know what I'm saying? We could do it as a family thing. I think it would be fun. Really. But I want to make Damascus. I want to make some high yield carbon knives. I'm trying to get a piece. Um, I haven't been able to get any, but I'd like to get some Woot steel. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Woot steel, but it's the best. Woots is the best by far. It's the best steel. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Woots and the Japanese steel. Yeah, Woots. But there's only one mine. You can't get to it, and it's highly, highly sought after. So it's expensive. But there was a guy here in America that tried to duplicate it, and he's the one that came closest to duplicating it. And he actually forged from the mines, from the king's mines, real Woots ore. So it's pretty amazing. But I think we could do something like that. You know, maybe make some knives, sell them for charity or something, or maybe periodically give one away. Bandsaw. Oh, that'd be cool. I could probably make something out of that. Bandsaw. I tell you what. What's good, Jack? If you ever run into any of this junk, you can send it out to me. Bandsaw blades. Old files. Old files. Railroad track. Railroad tie. I want one of them so bad I can't find none nowhere. You know, I would love to have uh, two pieces of railroad track about, you know, 18 inches long, two of them. Railroad tracks, two of them. And then have my brother weld me in a 2-inch piece in between. Um, Man, that would be really cool. That'd be a perfect anvil. Because anvils are too expensive. I don't have, $700 or $800 to buy a beautiful anvil. Although I would use it, but I just don't have the money. But if I could get some railroad tracks or something like that, that'd be great. I know where there's some big chain, but I don't know if they'll cut it for me. The big, what do you call it? The big chain that they use on ships. It's about that big around. I bet that makes a good knife. I'd have to really forge the heck out of it, but I bet you can make some really nice knives out of that. Maybe mini swords or something. Oh man, that'd be a lot of work though. But if I'm going to get into it, I've already checked out what it's going to cost me to do it, and I just don't have the money to do it right now. So uh, it'd probably take me to have the right proper tools a year to do it. To get all the tools maybe. So, but it's something that I really want to do. You know, and who knows? Maybe some people from the channel might want to donate me some money and or some tools or something. And then when they do that, then when I make the knives, I'll send one to them. They'll get one of the first ones. If they donate so much money, then they'll get a knife from me. That might be a good idea too. That's another way of doing it. That's not out of the question. But I would like to do that. I always like to make things and build things and do things different. Because if I cut the gemstone and I put the gemstone in, or if I smelt, the silver, you know, or the gold or whatever, and put it in a handle or whatever I do, all the etching, everything will be done by us, or if I send it, you know, the knife once it's done with me to you and you put an antler on the end of it, right? And put a sage bag with it. And, we could do something really nice. Really. I think we can. And if you don't know how to do it, I can tell you how to do it. Because I've been studying this for quite a few years now. I just never did it. And I'm ready. I want to do it. And one thing about the Japanese that I learned, they do this inside of a building, which I wouldn't need a big building because they're doing it in a big mass place, right? For 3 days, they burn and stuff, right? But I could do it in a small area. You know what I mean? And put like a teepee around it. You know what I mean? I can make a teepee around it and then just stoke it for like 3 days because 3 days is about how long you want to burn the metal, you know. And then I think that'd be good to do it the right way. I'd like to do that. I really would. I think that intrigues me for some reason, and I don't know why, but it's an idea. Be fun. I do everything else. I might as well do that too, right? I think it'd be neat. You guys are probably saying, Rev, you're out of your mind. And you're right. I am. I mean, I can make a knife. Each knife could have a poetry quote for each knife done by Old Soul Poet. So Old Soul Poet could do a mini little poetry book for each knife, right? They'll have a knife, a case, a little poetry book. I could send it off to Jack, and Jack could make a sage bag for it and have it blessed by the tribe, and then we present it to people. What do you guys think? That's a pretty neat idea. Not that I couldn't do all that stuff myself, but it's good to get everybody in on a deal. Huh? I'm always thinking. By saying, you're crazy, Rev. And that may be true. I ain't doing nothing right now, I'll tell you that. Oh, that's cool. I like knives. I have a knife collection too. But I'd like to make some really nice ones. And I know I can do it. So I think it'd be fun. I don't know. It's an idea, right? What else we got to do? Nothing but time. I got another bag of antlers. I gotta find them. I'm gonna make some cool stuff. I just gotta find them. Can't never remember what I do with everything. Story of my life. You know, believe it or not, old files are really good for that. I mean, you have to anneal them again and everything, but old files really you don't have to do anything. You know, if you don't heat it up any, files are great for making knives. Yes, they are. I might do that. I might try. I might see if I can find some old files somewhere and make a few knives. That'd be cool. I made my son a knife out of Damascus. Oops. I made my son a knife out of Damascus steel for Christmas last year. Yep. Nobody knew that. I don't know if anybody knew that. Did I show everybody that? I don't know if I showed you guys that last year or was it the year before last. I don't know. But yeah, I sure did. Beautiful knife. Absolutely beautiful. So I've been saving up, getting ready for the auctions. I put up a little thing because I'm gonna have an auction. You think I'm lying? I went through everything. Because I got to make some money, guys. Look. Oh, I want to show you guys something. Um, these are some new cases that I'm trying out. The guy, I don't know when I got them. I can't even remember now, but I found them and I decided to pull them out. Look at these cases. They're called Numis. Really, really nice cases. And then on the back, pretty nice. Yep. Oops, upside down, sorry. So yeah, they're pretty nice cases. I like them. Really, really nice. I like the way the coin sits in there and it protects the coin. And they're a little more expensive than the regular ones, but really. Oh, he's back. Just the three of us. We can chat it if we try, just the three of us, me and you. La 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 la. So anyway, I think that's a good idea anyway. We'll come up with something. Come up with a plan. You trade me some bandsaw blades. I got bandsaw blades. I got some. If I want more, I can go right to the what do you call it? Scrapyard. We got a scrapyard right here locally. They got all kinds of stuff. They got a chain up there. Look, when I tell you this chain must be, God, I don't know, 500 feet long, and the links on it are that big around, and they're like that. The links, they're huge, absolutely gargantuous. But I'm gonna have to have them go and cut me some links out of it because I'd like to have some of it. Really, I can make some swords out of that. As thick as it is, I can make swords out of that. I'm singing here. You singing? Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope pray. Well, seldom is heard a discouraging word in the skies and a cloudy all day. Home, home on the range. My grandmother used to sing that song. I did not like it. I can't even remember where she got it from. Who was that from? Uh, who used to sing that song anyway? Was it the Lone Ranger? I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, I definitely would like to forge some stuff. Just so I can say I done it. And if we get good at it, hey, make some money. Why not? I did something to my hand though. I'm going to tell you that. I don't know what it is. I don't want to freak people out, so I don't want to say nothing. But something's going on in my hand. I just don't complain about stuff. That's all. But it hurts. I was thinking about making a copper knife. You know, make a knife out of copper. Make one out of silver. Ooh, a silver dagger. I wonder how many ounces that would take. Oh my God. It would probably take me probably 15 ounces of silver to make a really nice blade. A silver blade. Ooh. And then I got to get some. I'd probably have to get a. I'd probably have to make my own. Think about this for a minute. How would I do that? I probably have to get a blank of carbon and make my own cast. I would have to cast it. That's probably how I'd have to do that. But that would be neat, huh? I'd probably have to add some other stuff to it to make it hard, though. You know, like a little more copper. So I wouldn't want it to be 90%. Probably 70% silver would be all right. I'd probably give it a nice hue too. That's an idea. I could do that in my crucible. Maybe next month I'll check into that. See how much a piece would cost me. Cast some silver knives. Ooh, that would be cool. Silver knives. Either that or I could just cast some silver knives and make nice handles and nice boxes for them and sell them. I bet I could get a couple $100 a piece for them. Easy. No question. Depending on how many ounces, they might sell for $5, $6, $7, $800 a piece or more. That's something that I may do. I have the skills. That's a really good idea. You can make some small ones and a couple regular sized ones. Yeah, I'm thinking now. Make some out of copper, some out of aluminum. It's a good idea. Something to think about. So how'd your shower go anyway there, George? Good? I hope so. Just ranting and raving anyway. You guys bored of me already? I don't blame you. Time is anyway, 8:15. I could do one. I bet I could do one and put Lincoln on it. I could do a knife with a beautiful handle and then put Lincoln, standing on it. That would be really cool. With a beautiful handle, with ambrosia, um, purple heart, um, maybe some walnut, some inlay of turquoise, some inlay of brass on the handle. Oh yeah. It would be. It's not. It would be more of a centerpiece, a collectible. I'm sure you could use it, but it wouldn't be, more for a letter opener or something like that. It would be a knife, but you'd use it as a letter opener or something. That'd be good. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll try one. That is a good idea. I'd have to put a different alloy in it, probably though, too. Give it a little more rigidity. I'd have to think about that. I mean, I could use nickel, but I'm not really into it. And I have some pure nickel alloy, but that's that. Do you have some surgical titanium? What's the what's the melt temperature of titanium? Do you know, George? 1735 degrees, is it? I can't remember. I can't remember the melting point of titanium. Titanium knives are nice. But I could put a little titanium in with a copper, and that would strengthen the blade. 45 pounds of copper? I could reach down between my legs and grab 45 pounds of copper. Well, I don't know if I can grab it or not. Oh! Holy crap! It's probably more than 45 pounds in here. Think I'm lying? Holy crap, I shouldn't have done that. Hell, there's a kilo. I got about 5 or 6 of them in here. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. 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 Remind me not to do that again. Holy crap. Oh, God. Yeah. All right. Oh. Well, at least I proved my point. Lord have mercy. We're going to do something. I got some ideas. I'll work on some stuff, and then during Christmas time, I'll sell some of the stuff. Oh. I ain't going to melt my pennies, but I was just talking copper. Don't you save everything from 1982 back? 3,000. 3,000 pennies? Hey, let me. I'm going to check something out. Check something out. Got an idea. I have an idea. How many pennies does it make? Does it take to make 45 pounds of copper? Holy cow. Ready for this? To make a 50-pound copper bar, right? It takes 13,125 pennies. A 50-pound bar of copper takes 13,125 pennies. That's a lot of pennies. And by the way, just to let y'all know, pennies prior to 1982 are not 100% copper. They are 95%. Just to get that straight. 3,000 degrees? I'd have to have a torch to melt that. I wonder. Oh no, I'm going to be getting off soon, anyways. But thanks. We'll catch you later. Also, I'm wondering if I could take titanium, put it in a casting as the blade side, along the blade side, and then cast over it with copper or silver. I wonder if it adhered to it. I have to figure that out. But it's an idea. All right. We'll see you also. Love you. Take care. Catch you soon, brother. It's an idea. God, I'm thinking about all kinds of stuff tonight. Sheesh. I'm all over the place. But it is interesting. Anyway. And I got to get to cutting this, which I haven't cut this yet, but I got to cut this. Because I know that CLMK and MCLK want a piece of this. So I need to put this out here. So this week I remember to cut it. Maybe. Well, it's all the other stuff I got to do. I'm trying to get it all done, and I'll tell you what, it ain't easy some days. But eventually I will. So. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to get on for a little while and say hi and check up on you guys. Everybody pray for Jack. Jack had knee surgery, had a knee replacement, and he could use our prayers. Pray that he has speedy healing. And that God helps to relieve some of his pain in his knee. And if it's in your heart, just send him a love gift of some type. Get with him. He's on his own channel. I'm sure that he'd appreciate that. Anyways, I love you all. Take care. Like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. I'll be having some videos this week. I'll be doing some videos. If you haven't checked it out, I put a bunch of videos up this week. So go check them out. You might find some of them interesting. And with that, I'm going to leave you. God bless you all. I'll pray for you. Take care. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email. I love you guys. Reverend Bob is what? Like I always say, I'm out of here. See ya.